That beast doesn't belong in this neighborhood. I'll see to it that it's put down myself if you don't get rid of it. This is a community for families, not for vicious killing machines. That's how it started, with a voice sharper than her pastel blazers, 3 doors down, in the kind of suburb where folks measure their self-worth by their lawns and HOA bylaws. Let me back up a sec. I'd just gotten out of the Air Force after a decade. K-9 handler, constant deployments, always sleeping with one eye open. I was done with the sand, done with the bombs, done with the tension, just wanted peace, a yard, a grill, maybe some woodworking in the garage. And my best friend, Shadow, 100 pounds of muscle and heart, who'd been my partner overseas. You know what I mean? We weren't just a man and his dog. We were brothers in arms. He'd saved me more times than I could count, and I dragged him out of the fire more than once, too. When it came time to retire, I made sure he came home with me. Military's got a program for that now, which is only right. So there we were, chasing that quiet American dream. Shadow was 7, all calm power, never barked at a squirrel, never jumped up on a stranger, just laid in the sun and watched the world. The little girl next door, Molly, adored him. She'd bring over treats, and he'd take them so gentle, like he was handling glass. Most of the neighbors, they got it. Except Amanda, the HOA president, who lived for her pink flamingos and her beige on beige kingdom. From day one, she made it clear I didn't fit. Single guy, ex-military, big, aggressive dog, not part of the mold. First strike was over the leash rule. I'm fixing my sprinkler. Shadow's lying there, as chill as a statue. She comes storming up, clipboard first. That's a very large, very aggressive-looking animal. I tell her, he's the best trained dog you'll ever meet. That was just the warm-up. A week later, official violation notice, harboring a dangerous animal. No proof, just her word. I knew then this wasn't going to be the peaceful retirement I'd imagined. The big showdown came after I built a new picket fence, more for looks than anything. Shadow had his space. He was off-leash, happy as can be. That's when Amanda, in her Barbie pink armor, leaned over the fence, stared daggers at my dog, and let loose that threat. I walked up, put myself between her and Shadow, my voice calm but low. Amanda, you will not threaten my dog, and you will get off my property line now. She just sneered. I'm the HOA president. It's my job to deal with threats. And by threat, she meant Shadow. From there, it was war. Fines for invented infractions. Shadow was barking excessively. He didn't bark. Grass was too long. Trash cans visible for 2 hours. Even a quarter-sized oil stain on my driveway. I paid the first fine, thinking it would end. It didn't. It just encouraged her. Anonymous notes started showing up. Your killer dog isn't welcome. Then bags of garbage dumped on my lawn. Calls to animal control. She claimed Shadow lunged at a child, which nearly stopped my heart. The officer came by, nervous, but Shadow just wagged his tail. I had the little girl's mom come over to vouch for us, and the officer filed it as unfounded. But I knew exactly what Amanda was doing. She was building a paper trail, so if anything ever happened, even by accident, Shadow would be labeled dangerous. It was psychological warfare, and my peaceful little life became a siege. I checked the yard every morning for poison, reinforced the gates, couldn't sleep at night. Then she tried to rally the neighborhood. Petition for a bylaw to ban aggressive breeds, listing German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, Rottweilers, Dobermans. She went door to door, all fake concern for the children. Some folks signed without a second thought, started giving me and Shadow the side eye on our walks. But others refused, slammed doors in her face. My neighbor, the old vet down the street, told her he trusted a military K-9 more than her. The neighborhood started to split down the middle. I realized talking wouldn't cut it. So I hosted a K-9 demonstration cookout. Invited everyone, free hot dogs, Shadow showing off his skills. He did obedience drills, found my keys, performed a controlled bite on a padded sleeve, with my vet neighbor helping out, and, most important, released the instant I gave the command. The crowd went wild. Kids wanted to pet him. Neighbors apologized for signing Amanda's petition. It looked like the tide had turned. But Amanda didn't take defeat gracefully. She decided if she couldn't win with rumors, she'd try something darker. The next Saturday, I heard my other neighbor, Mr. Henderson, screaming, "My chickens! My prize hen! It's been killed!" My stomach dropped. I checked Shadow. He was clean, calm, never left the yard, and the fence was secure. But in Mr. Henderson's yard, his prized hen, dead, coop ripped open, big German Shepherd paw prints in the mud. Almost too perfect. Amanda watched from her porch, smiling. She'd set us up, broke the coop herself, used a mold for those prints. Police and animal control were called. Shadow was put on a 10-day home quarantine. If another incident happened, he'd be seized. Amanda had nearly won. Even with all my proof, the narrative was against me. So I got serious. Hired a security company, covered every inch of my house and yard with high-def cameras. Inside, too, disguised as smoke detectors. I handed Mr. Henderson $500 for his hen. Didn't fix our friendship, but it cooled things down. My neighbor Sarah, Molly's mom, offered to watch the house when I had to leave for my sister's surgery, just 2 nights, but I knew Amanda would see it as her shot. We staged my departure, suitcase by the door, asked the mailman to hold my mail. Amanda noticed. Sarah stayed away. I used an automatic feeder and doggy door for Shadow. The house looked empty. I watched from a hotel room nearby, glued to the camera feeds. First night, nothing. Second night, 10:47 p.m., motion alert. There she was, Amanda, hoodie up, creeping along the fence, backpack in hand. She used a key, HOA master key, I realized in horror, and slipped into my kitchen. Cameras caught it all. She opened her bag, pulled out raw hamburger meat, poured some dark liquid all over it. Poison, had to be. Her plan, frame Shadow, leave the poisoned meat, claim he got into something on his own turf. But Shadow's training kicked in. The camera's mic picked up a low growl, his warning sound. Amanda froze, flashlight shaking. Shadow emerged, silent, focused, all K9 professional. He didn't attack. He just moved with purpose, cornering her, blocking every escape, finally herding her into my home office. There, he lay down in the doorway, head up, watching her, holding her like the world's most disciplined prison guard. From my hotel, I called Sarah, told her to call 911 about a break-in, then raced home. Police arrived, found Amanda cornered, crying about the vicious dog who'd attacked her. I showed the officers the kitchen, the bag of poisoned meat, Amanda's dropped key. When they questioned me, I played my trump card. Would you like to see the security footage? Amanda went white. We watched it all on my laptop. Every second. From the moment she trespassed, to the preparation of the poison, to Shadow's containment. No aggression, just flawless training. The officers were floored. In all my years, one said, I've never seen anything like that. That dog, he's incredible. Amanda was arrested on the spot. That should have been the end. But Amanda was nothing if not persistent. She lawyered up, sued me for emotional distress and false imprisonment. The legal battle was brutal. Her attorney tried to paint me as an unstable veteran, Shadow as a killer, tried to get the footage thrown out. But we had the best K9 trainer in the state as our expert witness. He reviewed the footage, called Shadow's performance the most disciplined, non-aggressive containment he'd ever seen, said Shadow showed more restraint than most humans. Amanda's civil case collapsed. We settled. She dropped her lawsuit, pled guilty to animal cruelty and breaking and entering, posted a public apology on the neighborhood Facebook page, and sold her house. Moved out within 6 months, with a permanent restraining order to boot. In the aftermath, the HOA board was gutted, restructured with real neighbors, my vet buddy, Sarah, and others who valued actual community over rules for the sake of rules. The aggressive breed ban got tossed. Shadow became a local celebrity. Kids lined up to pet him at school demos. The city council used our story to save and expand the K9 unit's funding. I got offered the job as head trainer for the department, and Shadow became the gold standard. But the wildest twist? Months later, I got a letter from a law firm. A wealthy woman who'd read about us left $2 million in her will to fund K9 training and handler welfare, with only one condition, that I use it to help dogs like Shadow and the people who serve with them. I started the Shadow Foundation, providing grants, vet care, scholarships. So Amanda set out to destroy my dog, my peace, my life. But in the end, she built a legacy for hundreds of service animals and handlers. She tried to put down a beast, and instead, she helped create a hero. Now, I get to spend my days building up young handlers, watching Shadow nap at my feet in the evenings, knowing we turned poison into purpose. Funny how life works, huh? So tell me, after all that, Was justice served? Or did the real beast just find a new leash? Drop your thoughts below. Would you have fought back the way I did, or just moved on? What does justice really look like in a place like this? I want to hear your stories.